Hi, it's Anne. Thanks for stopping by. It's time for letter of the week, and our special letter this week is the letter M. We are going to be using a medicine box and a medicine bottle to make a mini journal. So we have several M's that we're using. I will tell you, I started out. This is my second attempt. I realized I did like half of this project, and I didn't have my video going. So anyway, I got a little bit of a head start on you. I took this is the box. This is how it was before I cut it down. But honestly, you didn't miss anything exciting. I just took this little box of this heartburn medication, and yes, isn't it fun getting older? This is not a medical channel, please. Let's not get into any sort of medical advice or anything like that. But yeah, this was just a little something that I've been using, and I didn't want to throw the box away because the size of the spine was just right for a little mini journal. So anyway, I thought it'd be fun. I just used my my aluminum ruler and my trusty craft knife to cut this down to a very usable mini journal size. I love mini journals. I have quite a few of them. They're just easy to use. They're not intimidating. You know, you can just use them for a little single topic. If you want to have a little mini journal just about, you know, this one party that you're planning, or, you know, this one, you know, trip you're taking or something like that, you know, just for something small, you know, a little mini journal for, you know, some sort of home project. That's what mini journals are really great for. So anyway, we're going to do this, and we're also going to do an accordion signature for this one. I will tell you what my final dimensions are. Not that it matters, but the way I cut it down to 4.5, and it's just under 3 inches in width. So I cut a little bit off the top. They're very easy to cut down to size. You just open both ends, and then you flatten it down and do your cutting. So you didn't miss much. Let me make certain I am in fact filming. That's the first time I've done that. I got started on, and I'll assemble the second one, but this is the little signature that I'm going to be attaching, and we will do this in parts. But this is a tag, like a clothing tag, that I put a little journal surface on, a little pocket there out of a coffee dyed time card, a playing card. I'll see all of your little things that you have sitting around can fit so nicely in a mini journal. And then this is just a couple of mini Rolodex cards. We'll make the second one. So fortunately, there were 2 that needed to be made. So I made one, and we're just going to do the other one. Also the other M for the other medicine word we're using. So we're going to use a medicine bottle to stamp. This is stamped on a piece of a mailer with acrylic paint. We're going to have just sort of a whimsical cover that I'm going to apply to that medicine box. And I just use this for stamping. You know, when you have a bottle that has several different sizes of circles, you can do all kinds of stamping. Truthfully, this isn't dry yet, so I was going to have to set that aside anyway. But yeah, these are very handy for stamping, not precise stamping, but if you want some kind of fun, irregular, sort of whimsical looking stamping, a medicine bottle can be really good. And then you wipe it right off, and then you can store little embellishments in them if you want to. Okay, so let's go back to creating our second accordion, because I want to glue an accordion into the inside of the back cover and the inside of the front cover, and the thickness is going to kind of build up a little bit, so they will together, my thought is, they will fill that spine. Let's see what I have here. I think I have another clothing tag. Yeah, that's a cute little thing that I could use. I just got into my like little small things. Here's a couple more coffee dyed Rolodex cards. Those could go together to form a pocket on the other side. Here's a clothing tag. There's another. There's a little envelope that looks a little dull. There's a little, yeah, this is just a little watercolor practice piece that I was doing, but I could cut that down a little bit and that could be part of an accordion too. Again, all these little things. Mini journals are great for using little things. Yeah, I can cut this down. I think I'd like to put that into the lineup. And I want it just a little bit. I might make it about the depth of this tag. They do not need to be the same depth or width, but you do want the width to be less than the width of your page, because otherwise it won't, you know, they'll bind up on each other. Let's put a little bit of journaling paper on that clothing tag. And here's a little scrap we can use. You might be able to hear Dan upstairs in the kitchen if you hear all that beep, beep, beeping. That's, I don't know if he's setting a timer or what. Getting close to dinner time here on the day I'm filming. We have no swimming lessons today. 2 afternoons a week this summer. We're taking the grandson to swimming lessons, but this is not a swimming lesson day. And next week he's going away to sleepaway camp. Oh, bless his little heart. He's 8, almost 9. He went last year to camp, and he had a great time. He had a really, really good time, and he came home and said he definitely wanted to do it again. So good for him. We asked him last night after swimming lessons, because we took him to dinner, as we typically do after late afternoon swim lessons. We said, how is the food at your camp? He said, it's surprisingly delicious. He mostly liked the breakfasts. I always think breakfast is one of the best meals at camp anyway, so I agree with him. If you can have pancakes at camp, oh, that's the best. We're not doing any traveling until August, so. No pancakes at camp for us just yet. All right, this is very mundane sort of stuff I'm doing, but small. And I'm, with the journal space that I'm putting on this clothing tag, I'm letting the outside of the tag show. I like it. I don't mind at all having a little bit of the text where the, you know, that printing showing. It's clear it's a clothing tag. That is just fine with me. I think I need to trim this down a little bit. This was just a little practice piece I did playing with some watercolor, which I've really been having fun with lately. All right, so this has a little space and we can certainly journal over that. This has journal space top and bottom. Here's a playing card that I've already put some journal space on the back, so I'm okay with that. And I think I'm just going to create this little pocket. For some reason, 4 signature, 4 accordion elements seem appropriate for this, rather than you know, the regular stitch-in kind of signature like I typically do. Now, I can't remember. Did I say I was going to put to fill these with accordion, an accordion signature? There we go. I've been seeing some really nice accordion signatures done recently. Liz, do you watch Liz from Scotland? Oh, I love Liz's channel. She's so gentle and fun to watch. And she did an accordion insert the other day. I'll do a link. She did an accordion insert to a junk journal, and she decorated it beautifully with lots of birds and all that. This one is going to be much more of a utility kind of a journal. Liz has a wonderful, wonderful artistic flair. All right, so here are our little 4 elements. I think I'm going to put them in that order. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now for my first little accordion signature, I used this raspberry washi tape, and I'm going to keep on using that because it's kind of nice that there's a little bit of continuity. And all I do for this accordion signature, and truthfully, I'm not really experienced at doing accordions, so I'm sure as time goes on, I'll get a little more experienced at it. But all I'm doing is just leaving them just a hair's width apart, because you want a little bit of distance between those two little signature pages, and it doesn't have to go all the way to the end. And I'm just going to join them. I'm making a hinge basically, and you could use a piece of ribbon and machine stitch, but I wanted to do one that was a no-sew journal this time. Now this raspberry washi tape, it's going to be covering up a little bit of my watercolor flower, and I am just going to be okay with that. This is just kind of a fun and a kind of a different way to fill that little medicine box. Did I? Oh, it's looking there right at me. Truth be told, when I was practicing with this earlier, I did do a little bit of practicing, and I didn't use excuse me. I need to focus here for a second. When I did a little bit of practicing joining some pieces with washi tape, I didn't put the glue stick on it, and you know what, washi, it needs a little extra adhesive. It really does. If you want it to do a job, you need to give it a little extra support. At least I do, because I don't have, this is not terribly good quality washi tape, and it's been sitting around a while. There we go. Try to not move that. There we go. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same for the other side of the hinge. And then I will be about ready to see if my cover, my stamped painted cover, is ready. And then I'll be back and we can cover that medicine box together. There we go. And I have a lot of very little, I got out all my really little things, you know, my little little journal cards. I have a whole basket full of, you know, teeny tiny little, you know, little things that that I can start putting in into these pockets. So I think this will be a fun and a sweet little journal, all out of a medicine box. Thanks, Heartburn, for providing this craft supply. There we go. So this, how's this going to be? That attaches down there. So this is going to fold here and here and here. And that'll be just a nice little addition to this and the other accordion on the other side. I'm going to wait for my stamped painted paper to dry, and then we'll be back to finish the cover. Okay, we're ready to cover our cover, and glue stick is going to be fine for us for these purposes. I'm going to be pretty generous with it. That's going to give us the, I'm quite sure, the sticky surface that we need. I cut this down a little more to size. And don't have to worry too much about direction or size. I might put a little layer of Mod Podge on this before I actually call this done. But we'll see. We'll see what we feel like doing. There we go. You know how to do this, but I want you to see the process anyway, just so you can be reminded how easy it is. I'm going to bring in my scissors and just clip almost up to that corner. And then I've got these little pieces of plaid that I'm going to put on the inside cover. There we go. And then I'm going to make tiny little wedges right by that fold of the spine. And that's just going to reduce the bulk when I glue the edges of that cover. I glue those down and do that little bit of fold over. Now for this fold over, I'm going to go back to using my art glitter glue, which is a stronger glue. There we go. I do enjoy making covers. I really do. And if you were here in my craft room with me, you would be able to see I have a whole folder, a little zippered pouch filled with just covers that I need to start filling. So you're going to be seeing more of those soon. That little tab. And see with that little tiny wedge that we've cut away, we're just sidestepping the fold of that medicine box spine. And there that is. Now, I think I want to have this be the cover. I like that big smudgy pink thing, you know, with the spatters there. I think that's really cute for a mini journal. Will those be okay? I guess those will be okay. Yes. See, it's Christmas paper on the other side, but red plaid knows no season. It's cheerful and welcome. Red plaid, red gingham. Nobody needs to know that there's a little bit of a Christmas motif under here. Although, frankly, a little mini journal like this would be really cute for a little Christmas journal. You know, one of your little tags and things, you know, little special gifts and things that you made. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Now, I am going to put a little something there down that spine. And I think I'd just as soon get something that didn't have paint on it. So I think I'm going to just cut a small amount here and a small amount here. Just glue down that spine. Is this going to be wide enough? Yes, that's going to be fine. Wow, that was a lucky eyeball, wasn't it? And this, since this is just a thin paper, I think I can use the glue stick on this. Go. Now I think I would like to come in and put, well, let's just see how the adhering works. Because I'm thinking that might have been nice to put some pockets there. However, we're probably going to be covering up most of those, although I could hinge that out so that we get both sides. I could glue this whole piece down here and then fold up my accordion this way. Or I could hinge it in like this. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring it in here. And I might trim just a little bit off of this Jack of Hearts. Sorry, Jack. You'll never miss it. You're not playing in any gin rummy games anymore. You're devoting your life to junk journals now, sir. Maybe that one goes there. And where's the one that I made earlier? Yes, I think that's going to be the positioning there. So again, yeah, I could fold this in this way and give myself an extra page, but I just think I'm going to go in and do it like this and make it a little bit simpler. All right. I think the thickness could certainly accommodate an extra pocket or something here, but there's no sense beating it to death. Get that position so it's not going to stick out over the edge. And there's that. I'm going to come in and I'll have a few little pockets there. I think I want that pink side of that tag sticking up. Yes, that can come in like that. Okay. I put little journal space there, but sacrificed it to the cause. There we go. Oh, I think this is cute. There we go. And golly, I've got a few little pieces here. Could this fit in? Yeah, that could fit in nicely there as a little journal card. And here's a little pocket that I made out of a folded up coffee stained time card that was just kind of weird and quirky. A little top loading pocket. Which I seem to be having trouble getting open, but there we go. There we go. There's that, and then I just want a little something for there. Where might I find something for that piece? Oh, I don't know. It's amazing what we have just laying around, isn't it? There we go. I might do a little stamping or something to decorate this further. And there's our cover. Now, it's going to need something. Oh, I just think that's so cute. It's going to need a little something to keep it closed, and I think I might have something over here. Once again, these little loops from that old like a loom, a pothole maker. Don't know if I like that. Yeah, I just tied a little knot in it to shore it up a little bit. That could, yeah, that could help. I might experiment with maybe, you know, this is so cute. I think I might like a lacier tie on that. Let me just pull out a little bit of lace. I think that might be cute. Kind of give the grunginess a little bit of an offset. Yeah, I think I like the lace. I think I like that better than the stretchy knit material of that pot holder loop. There we go. Yeah, I could stamp some words or different things. I do think I might want to put a little thin coat of Mod Podge on this just to slick it up a little bit. But there we go. It's amazing. Just a little bit like that makes a difference, doesn't it? Here's our little mini journal, folks, out of a medicine box. Can you believe how cute and quickly that came together? I'm really excited about that. That's going to be one I really think I'm going to use. And yeah, just a few little things that I can write in there, but what a sweet way to keep them together. So let's see what we're going to do next week for Letter of the Week. I'm going to record this first. Let's see, 7/13. I'm going to say mini journal. and a medicine box. Certainly my wish for you is that you don't need any medicine, but if you do, save that packaging. All right, what is it going to be for next week's letter of the week? It's the most exciting moment of the week. We've got some doozies coming up. I know we do. There's a couple I'm kind of dreading, but others I'm really excited about. What is this? Oh, there it is. I might have to really get unconventional with this. It had to happen. It had to happen. I've given a little bit of thought to what I might want to use for X. We'll just kind of see how it goes. I've got a week to think about it, and so do you. Thanks so much, folks. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.